Well, good afternoon, good Sunday afternoon it is, and it is April the 23rd. This is our fourth or fifth webinar that will appear on Facebook. Facebook Live is always delayed. You need to be patient a few minutes until the sound comes through. And today we're going to focus on the compensation plan. And once again, I have to alert that I am not finished with the presentation. I had hoped to be able to finish a PowerPoint today. Actually, what it will be is there's going to be 4 different PowerPoints. There's going to be one that will focus on the 2-up compensation plan, how it's been modified. There is going to be just one second. Okay, just one moment, please. We're getting indication that the address is invalid. You're getting correctly. I'm getting several confirmations that they're getting it correctly. Okay, Chris, you're gonna have to resolve your personal issues. Please don't dominate this chat room, and allow the people that have technology at hand to enjoy the webinar. Okay, so quit putting things that really don't have anything to do with today's presentation. Okay, I want to restart the webinar here given the interruption. I want to welcome you on this Sunday afternoon, April the 23rd. Today we're going to focus on the compensation plan of the VIP turbo system. The PowerPoint is not what I consider a finished PowerPoint. Actually, instead of one PowerPoint, there's going to be 4 different PowerPoints, and we will have one that will explain a story on how the compensation plan, the orange orchard and the orange farmer, which is a magnificent way of explaining the 2-up system. Then today we're going to go into the details of how exactly the compensation plan is very different. It is not a conventional 2-up system, it's a modified 2-up system, and modified in a very special way, actually not through one modification, but through about 16 different modifications. And it is the total interaction of all these different things that will make the program tremendously unique, tremendously powerful, and I can assure you tremendously profitable. So I just want to do a quick, so sound and picture is coming through perfectly. Thank you for confirming that. And let me actually, what I want to do first is play not one of our videos, but a video on the 2-up system. Again, this is not our video. This is a video that will just give you a taste of how other programs have worked with a similar system, but I want to really underline very clearly, we're not a 2-up system or even a reversed or adopted 2-up system. We're a very, very, very modified 2-up system to a degree that we will have to invent a new name, because we're really creating a completely new approach to being compensated. Let me play this video right here. Hold on. this one out to the side, and yeah, right there. Okay. Now I need to
We have created the most powerful, turnkey, foolproof system in the world today. If you're serious about achieving total financial freedom, then you are finally at the right place at the right time. The system is really quite simple, but don't let that fool you. It's very powerful. Using our direct member-to-member tracking software, the system will tell you who to send to, how much, where, and any specific methods of receipt the member accepts. It's brilliant, and it all works behind the scenes, without effort from you. The plan is called a reverse two-up system. Here's how it works. Let's say you refer Ellen, John, Patty, and Peggy. The reverse two-up is designed to send the funds to you first. So by referring Ellen, you have now received what you sent to your inviter. How cool is that? Patty, your third person, also sends to you. You can refer as many people as you'd like. Every person, from the fifth person to infinity that you refer, all stay direct to you, each of which will send the funds to you directly, and also refer there to, who refer there to, who refer there to, and so on to infinity. Now here's where it gets really exciting. It's called vertical acceleration. The second and fourth, in this case John and Peggy, are coded by the system to roll up to your inviter as your qualifying referrals. You are now qualified for life. Now before you get concerned that two people you referred were given away, that's exactly why vertical acceleration is so powerful. It's duplication in action. Duplication in action. Let me explain. Every person you keep, in this case Ellen and Patty, now have to do the same thing you just did. In order to be fully qualified, they must refer their second and fourth person up. For example, let's say Ellen refers Mike and Steve, and Patty refers Mary and Paul. That means that a total of 4 new people are now designated by the software to send to you and roll up to your direct line. They are now considered to be personally referred by you. But it doesn't end there. Now that Mike, Steve, Mary, and Paul are now direct to you, in order for them to be fully qualified, they also have to refer their second and fourth to you. This roll-up and qualification process happens forever, and it's your freedom ticket. So there you have it. Simple, powerful, and it can change your financial picture fast.
Okay, there you go. The video itself, naturally in style and it's a noisy video. But actually I have to admit they do a pretty darn good job in explaining the two-up system in a brief way. Obviously our style with the VIP being the producer of this VIP Turbo program, it will be conservative, it will be much calmer to look at, to watch, and therefore possibly even easier to understand. But at least with this I wanted to give a first impression of what a two-up system is like and how it is in some cases already been presented. As a matter of fact, I listened to a gentleman this morning who I'm beginning to sound like President Obama. And when I begin to stutter, you know that something is wrong. Folks, you have no idea what I've had to put up with in terms of trying to even be here today. If I showed my feet right now, all of you would run away and switch off, and you'd probably never want to watch the internet again. I've compounded on top of the skin problem that I had a dumb mistake by sitting out in the sun and putting aloe vera fresh on my feet, and it felt so good, so wonderful, that I forgot that I was in the sun. You have to freaking live in the south to make that kind of dumb mistake. And worse, not only was I in the high UV sun, but I was putting on this aloe over and over again. And I don't know if you did that as a kid, but when you played with a magnifying glass and you burned a hole in the paper, you know, well, the gel, aloe gel, must have created sort of a film that magnified the sun. I didn't feel nothing. I felt good for about 2 hours. I was listening to music. I felt I was doing the real spa kind of deal, you know, Monte Mariposi style. Nobody knows what I'm talking about, but there's two guys here sitting laughing, knowing what I'm talking about. So there you go. Might as well. There you go. There they are. Our video production people, and at the same time, my two good friends who have actually been gracious enough to help out a lot also with this skin insanity. I mean, we have a few hotheads who, you know how some people get when a program is in preparation, they feel everything needs to be finished, and really all they're thinking about is just themselves. They have no idea how much agony it's taken to even do the little. Normally I work 16 to 18 hour days. In the past few weeks, I've been 6 weeks now already, I've been reduced to some days less than 2 hours, sometimes not even that. So anyways, we're doing the best we can, and the weird part is I'm producing some of the best stuff. So I'm kind of thinking about this diamond deal. You know, diamond is produced under pressure, and supposedly the most valuable diamonds are created under the heaviest pressure. Well, I'm under so much pressure, I'd better be producing something decent. Okay, let's get to the compensation plan, and for that I will do a desktop sharing. So we're going to move the camera over on the side, and we do not need that file anymore, so I can go ahead to desktop. Yes, we get this nice pyramidical deal, and all right, let's go here to when I get a thumbs up on the PowerPoint showing with the sponsor and you, I will feel at ease and know that we are correctly ready to proceed. I'm waiting. Yes. Okay, good. So the whole thing is, to understand a up system, you need to really keep thinking about you, because every time you get distracted about either the people or your sponsor, you're going to get screwed up. It took me, when I first was introduced to even a simple up system, ours is very sophisticated, is very hybrid, modified. I mean, we've like turned a Lexus into a Formula One race car. That's basically what we've done. And keep thinking about you. And you know, that's not that difficult, because they always say our mind is thinking in what's in it for me, what's in it for me. That's the radio station that plays in our mind. Well, here, go ahead and do that, and stay doing that, and all of a sudden you will see that the up system is so easy that you kind of wonder, you know, why anybody made such a big deal out of it. So it is one of the deals that I was wanted to say that a moment ago is it is extremely easy to understand once you understand it. a little bit like a puzzle. You know how you know to unlock one of those puzzles, and boom, once you know it, there is nothing to it anymore. But it's difficult to explain. I hope right now I'm going to do an easier job, or at least make it easier to understand. So you have been introduced by somebody which we call your sponsor, somebody who's been good enough, who thought worthwhile enough of you to bring you into this program. And the VIP Turbo is all about making money. Yeah, this time we are about making money. The VIP team is education in general, education about not just money, but about wealth, about preservation of capital, about creating anything you wish in life. It also has to do with health. It's actually the full scope of life. But in the VIP Turbo, we're going to follow the line of the science of getting rich. And this is all about getting rich. And I hope you don't mind if you get rich. As a matter of fact, we've got a couple qualities in there that are going to force you to be rich. You're not even going to get a choice on it. Why do I say that? Well, you're going to see we're not going to concern ourselves only with how much money you make, and you'll make a lot of it, but we're also, through the intelligence of the program, you will be forced to build up the value so that not only that you can keep earning, but that you can keep earning more and more and more and more. And I hope you have no objection to that. So whoever has introduced you to such a program, I believe that you should really consider this person like special. And you're going to do something special when we have the video produced of the orchard, the orange orchard farmer. You will actually see that we talk about the tree that produces, you buy a tree that produces oranges, and the oranges being representative of money in the Chinese culture, in the Filipino culture, and in many places around the world, the orange represents wealth, represents prosperity, represents money. And so you will see that you buy a tree that allows you to, it's a money tree, that allows you to make money, and then in gratitude, you're going to give 2 oranges back to the person who sold you the tree, because he didn't just sell you a tree that makes money, he sold you how to use that tree, how to nurture that tree, how to actually expand that tree so you end up with a full orchard. So you and the sponsor. And imagine now that you feel comfortable with it, that you want to introduce this to one of your friends, and we're going to call that friend John. John is the first person that you decide to introduce this program to. You're actually going to get paid, and I put $100 here because we're actually talking about fusion and hybrid turbocharging. We're not only going to give you a system, we're going to give you a 10-fold system that will run all at the same time. Kind of imagine driving a car with 10 engines and they're all operational, all the way from little small engines to big engines, and they're all going to push you forward. So we're going to take, we're starting off with as little as $10, but we'll look at the pricing and these 10 levels in a moment. But here, for simplicity, we're just considering 100. So it could be $10, it could be $100, it could be $1,000, $10,000. It could actually, you'll see, it could be as high as $150,000. That's one heck of a orange tree, isn't it? Well, that's the orange tree that produces golden oranges. And here, living in the Algarve, hey, we've got the best oranges in the world. And the Portuguese people are proud of it, and they should be. Our neighbors, the Spanish oranges, very different story. Actually, the Spanish people come over here to buy the Algarvian, and because it's fantastic. It's better than the Floridian orange. It's better than the Colombian orange. And here I am promoting the Algarve. I should get a commission from the Ministry of. I'll have to talk to. What's his name there of the Bilderberg Group. So, okay, you bring in John. John is the first person that you're introducing him to orange juice. folks, if you're here for the first time and you have no idea what all the pieces are, don't worry if you get confused. My brain works that way. The nice thing is, not too long from now, we'll have this all chopped up in different videos, different PowerPoints, and I'm not going to be hip-skipping, what do you call this thing? Hop-skipping, hip-hop skipping, whatever, I can't even pronounce that. Did you guys put something, you know, this is supposed to be water. It is water, I guarantee you it's not gin. Maybe it's my feet that are making me, in any case. $100 tree, John is paying you to get that tree. And just like your sponsor helped you how to nurture the whole deal and then share it with others, so you will help John. And the next thing, so you got your $100 from John, now you're introducing Bill. And in a two-up system, you're actually passing up, and this is a gift of gratitude that you're going to give back to the person who introduced you. So Bill, even though you introduced him, gets passed up as a gift of gratitude to your sponsor. Because you didn't just pay your sponsor for this money vehicle, you're actually some of the early fruits of the money vehicle, you're willing to give that back to the person who shared it with you, and Bill is the first one in that row. Then the next person, if that happens to be Mary that you introduced, you will be paid $100. And then logically, the next person, Susie, is another one of these people that it's also the last person that you're going to be passing up to your sponsor, again as gratitude for the person who's helped you discover all of this and work this. So then Bill, Susie are actually no longer in your system. They're being passed up, both the money from them as well as the people themselves. They become part of the group of your sponsor. And even though that looks a little bit like, what am I giving up? You know all too well, if you buy an orange tree, giving up 2 oranges for all the thousands of oranges that will come from the tree is a little giving up. And you really need to think of it that way. Don't let some fear-driven little scarcity egoist mislead you. This is it's going to be a very easy program to do, and to share a couple with the person who introduced you. It's a small little gift, but you're going to see how that small little gift actually becomes a very powerful advantage for yourself. So here, the 5th person that you introduced, so 2 and 4, Bill and Susie, actually are with your sponsor. So you have introduced John, you have introduced Mary, you also introduced these 2, but they went up to your sponsor. So now you've introduced Al, and once again you get paid on Al. And whoever you will introduce next, Anne, you will get paid on Anne. And actually this $100 payouts continue for infinity. If you introduce 1,000 people, you're going to get paid on 1,000 people. If you introduce, you will see that actually you wouldn't even have to introduce more people than this, because now something very magical will happen, because you have become completely independent from your sponsor. So is this MLM? No, it is not. Is this a pyramid? Of course not, because the product is education, and believe me, it'll be extremely valuable education. But this is as un-MLM, MLM being multi-level, that you owe money to all these different levels. None of this is the case here. After these 2 people, Bill and Susie, you're off the hook. You're in a breakaway situation. It's as if you own the business yourself. You have become completely independent from your sponsor. So at that point, you actually have become like your sponsor. That now means that the same benefit, you remember that you gave up 2 oranges to people, to your sponsor. Well, actually, watch what happens with John, the first person he introduced. He introduces, let's say, 5 or 6 people or more. Well, number 2 and number 4 in John's group is going to be given up to you, because they are 2 pass-ups of John. So number 2 and number 4 get passed up to you. That means you also get paid on them. Can you see? You got $100 for the people you introduced. Now you're getting money for people that you didn't even introduce, that one of your referrals introduced. So in a sense, you could say John is being replaced by George and Paul. And in that regards, John at that point is completely independent, because he has given up George, who actually can become your number 7 now, and Paul, who becomes your number 8. You didn't sponsor them, but you, guys, I'm getting distracted, I'm sorry. Is there something you want to say? Okay, thank you. So George becomes your number 7, Paul becomes your number 8, and all of this allows John to be off the hook, just like you got off the hook and became independent of your sponsor. Now John is independent. And here we are. John's 2 people, George and Paul, become on your sponsor line, if you want to call it, even though you didn't sponsor them. So John kind of duplicated himself into 2 people. It's like you remember these cartoons where you shoot somebody and they turn into 2, and you shoot these 2 and they turn into 4. Well, that's kind of what happens here. Is Mary now can do the same like John did. She can gather 4 people and give up 2 to you. So now Mary is introducing a bunch of people, but her 2nd and her 4th, which is in this example Tony and Andy, are being what? They're going to get passed up to you. That means you are going to get paid. So here, from John, you got paid on George and Paul. From Mary, you got paid on Tony and Andy. So that's not just $100 from John. John actually produced you another $200. Not directly, it's his people who produced it. And Mary, the same deal. She pays you $100. Now Tony and Andy are paying you $100. So what happens is Mary is as if replaced herself by Tony and Andy, and she's off the hook. Now Tony becomes your number 9 and Andy becomes your number 10. Do you see how you're actually getting people that you're not even sponsoring? That's the magic of willing to do one grateful act. Give up 2 people for yourself in the beginning. Now you're going to see in our program that we have so many things in place to make it easy to introduce people, and not just your friends. We have ways that you can, as a matter of fact, get as many people as you wish. If you want to introduce 10,000 people, we'll have the tools in place that will allow you to do that, and you won't have to go get them yourself. We've got a system that will automate that. So Mary is replaced by Tony and Andy, and Mary is now independent. So kind of in review, George and Paul were given up by John. Tony and Andy were given up by Mary. So your 2 people, John and Mary, who were, remember, they were your first 2 people, they've now become like 4 people. And then George is going to do the same, and Paul is going to do the same. And yes, maybe Tony won't do it, and Andy may do it. There is no problem if somebody doesn't fulfill it, but in this sort of a system, it's so easy. And after all, when we have something good, why would we want to hide it? Yeah, we want to share it, and this is something you're going to want to share with the people that you care about. So George is passing up his 2, Paul will pass up his 2, Tony will pass up his 2. So all of a sudden these 4 become 8. and the 8 will eventually become 16. This is, by the way, just from 2 people. 32, 64, 128, 256, and so it continues. So all this from just 2 people. The reality is you can introduce as many people as you want to. Al and Ann, we haven't even looked at that. They too, in turn, will and can bring just as many people to you with simply giving up their 2 people, their 2 oranges. So here we are. That was hopefully an attempt. Now this, I've given my skin disease, I've had to shortcut this. This will all be put into motion, will be put into recorded video. Right now I've been interrupted in between. I have been distracted. Anyways, I'm not exactly in my best organized mode. So know that the videos on this that we will produce will naturally be studio produced and will explain this even much better. But I hope at least that gave you another glance. All of a sudden it will click in your mind, and you will actually be amazed at how easy it is to understand the up system. Now I want to look at one more PowerPoint together with you. There we go. And yes, as a matter of fact, let me get this one. Yep. And once we have slideshow from the beginning, once the screen shows with the turbo intro slide and with my camera on it, if I can get a thumbs up here, I will then go ahead and proceed. So as you can see, we're getting some really good logos. As a matter of fact, one of those 2 crazy gentlemen that are sitting there and were trying to get me off track. Oh yeah, he is the designer, he is the videographer, he is the photographer, he loves golf, he loves good food, and he loves beautiful cars. Anyways, no, truly, Miguel, you have done a fantastic job. You know, look at the word turbo. There is motion in that turbo. You got your flags because we're going to be doing many laps. As a matter of fact, guess what? You're not just going to be a Formula 1 race car driver here. You're going to become the owner of the team, and the drivers are going to drive for you. And you're going to get little midget drivers driving with $10 little Formula 1 race cars. And you're going to get some big guys driving with these $150,000 race cars. Believe me, it'll be a multi-million-dollar team that you will have. So, what does it say here? Special hybrid turbo modifications. Wow, that's a mouthful. Let's take a look at that. And if this gets technical for you, don't worry about it. The beauty is our system, you don't need to understand it and it'll still work for you. It's a little bit like if you drive a Lexus, every millisecond there is thousands, if not tens of thousands of things that are checked by the onboard computer. You don't need to worry about that. You actually, it's nice and quiet, you get to listen to the music and you get to enjoy the road. So, what's the first thing? This is an important one. Is this a pyramid? Is this a Ponzi? Is this? Of course it is not. Do you really believe that we'd be that dumb to put out such garbage? No, this is education. And we're selling money-making education. Something which universities don't want to teach. Even in the faculties of economy, you know what they teach you? How to become a big spender. We are teaching you how to make money. And the science of getting rich, this is a fantastic course. We're going to merge that in there so that by the time that not only that you're using the system to make money, that you actually at any given point, at any given level in your life, you'll be able to attract all the money you ever want to. Even if you get robbed, even if you get whatever, end up losing it all, that you can restore it. Of course, we're also going to be talking about preservation of money. So no Ponzi, no pyramid, a real business. It's a business where, yeah, we could do this foolish thing of sending you money. No, because that'd be like sending you, if you're hungry, giving you a fish. We want to teach you how to fish. So that in the end, and that is, by the way, a guarantee that the course is making, a guarantee that you will get rich, even if you've never been rich before, as long as you're willing to follow the instructions. And how can we guarantee it? We don't need to guarantee it. The author of the course has guaranteed it over 100 years ago, and he's proven it in me and in millions of other people. You may recall the movie The Secret. Well, that's just one sort of easy little intro to it, but yes, it works. Yes, it's valuable. Now, we're not running a up system. We're running 10 up systems all at the same time. Why are we doing that? To be able to offer 10 different price points. So we have price levels to choose from. Remember in the story, if you have heard it, about the orange tree farmer, that he had little tiny little trees, they looked like toys. Well, that's our smallest little tree. And and then we get into these big high value ones. So everyone can find their money capacity, because you may be short on cash and therefore you have to start with limited means, or your money comfort. You may be sitting on a good bit of amount of money, but you know, especially in the beginning, you may say, hey, okay, I'll go in with 5,000, but I will wait. If I see it work, then I'll move up to 50,000 or 500,000. Whoops, let me go back, previous. Everything will be done in Bitcoin. Our program at the same time will become a teacher of not only the value of Bitcoin, but how easy it is. I mean, today, if you have a phone, within less than 5 minutes, and I've done it here with people where they sign up for a Bitcoin wallet on their phone, they didn't even know they could do that. We turn their phone into a bank within almost seconds. They actually fund that account with Bitcoin. And whether you do that through credit card or through your bank, or you go to one of the ATM machines and you squeeze in cash, or you get some Bitcoin from a friend, all of that is possible thanks to Bitcoin. And then you can enter our program with these Bitcoins. And there is many reasons that in and of itself will become a course, is the value of Bitcoin, how important it is. You need to, don't say this silly thing, I don't have Facebook or I don't have email. You know, come on, you're living in this world, you need Bitcoin as well. So, third, modification. Now this is very important. We don't just have 10 levels. We actually have, actually, let me do one modification here. I just realized, yep, there we go. And I want to get this guy over here on this side. Yeah, a little change, because I bet I was covering up the logo. So let me now go back to the earning higher levels. Yes, I'm back. If my camera now shows up in the bottom right corner and is freeing up the logo in the top right, give me a thumbs up, and then I know that we're in good shape. Thank you very much. So 10 levels permit progressive higher earning. Each level you can earn 3 times more profit. Now, that may not sound like much to you yet. Let me show you something. Hold on. Let's take a look what $10 is 10 levels further. $10 turns 3 times bigger, $30, $90, $270. Just 5 levels in, you're already at $810. That's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. But if you continue that for another 5 times, you end up with $196,000, folks. That is how powerful multiplication is. And that is exactly what we've provided for. So you may begin as a little you know, lotto ticket sort of entry, sort of a kid's game, and I hope your life is worth more than $10. So therefore, when you consider your earnings in the future, consider what level that is worth to begin to purchase at. But anyways, we're going to get back to this chart in a moment. I just wanted to show how the 10 levels permit progressive, meaning ever ongoing forward higher earning. Not just that you can earn it again and again, but that the next time around you're even earning more, and the next time around you're even earning more. How much more? 3 times more. So the next time that's 9 times more, the next time that's 27 times more, and so on. We have a fourth additional hybrid modification. And that is what the feature, we call it, you must get rich feature. It is enforced progression. How is that working? As a matter of fact, the person who invented this, and I want to give him credit for it, is Dr. Richard Krychek. He is the only person in the world who put a program to market, and within the first month, they did over $10 million. Some of you may remember this program, Global Daily Pay. Unfortunately, it got shut down by a judge. It turns out the judge was corrupt. The judge ended up losing her judge title. The judge next was ripped of her capacity to ever be a judge again. And now the judge owes the Krychek Foundation $185 million in damages. So that's what you get for messing around with a good thing. Well, his formula said, listen, we're all the same when we make money. Guys, what do we do when we make money? When somebody pays us money, we want to go and
spend money.
There we go, spend money. And guess what? If you don't want to spend it, your girlfriend or your wife is going to want you to spend it. If not, she's going to spend it for you. Yeah, so spending is fun. Spending is great, but it can also put you right back to square one. And this is not what we will allow you to do. And that is enforced. This is something we don't even give you a choice. Half of your earnings are going to go to what? In our pocket? No. In your reserve pocket. Built-in savings, which will allow you to purchase the next level. All of this is going to be done automatically. It'll be kept in there on an ongoing basis digitally. As soon as it reaches that next level, it'll auto purchase for you the next higher level up. So now you earn on the levels that you have paid. You can only get paid on the levels that you have paid yourself. If not, and somebody let's take a look here. We're going to go back to this guy. Okay, let's say you bought in with $1,000. What does that mean? You actually paid for level 1 $10, for level 2 $30, for level 3 $90, for level 4 $270, for level 5 $810. These 5 together is a total of 1,080. Once you have purchased for 1,080, you can receive payments on the $10 level, on the $30 level, on the $90 level, on the $270 level, and on the $810 level. But what if you introduce a friend who says, I want to come in with 10,000? Right here, 9,720. He wants to buy all 7 levels. And he has to buy all 7 levels. You cannot say, I come in at 7 only. No, he must buy a position on all levels so that he can receive on all levels. So you would receive commission on the level 1, on the level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, but you would not receive commissions on level 6 and level 7. Well, this is where, once again, we bring in a special feature, and let me, we call it the catch-all feature. And this is kind of a kind-hearted solution, because if any of you have been in programs where commissions fly over your head and they go to your sponsor, it sucks. I mean, you love your sponsor, of course you do, but you don't love him that much, do you? Your money, you kind of want to put it in your pocket, and we will give you a chance to actually get upgraded, to either pay for the position so you can collect that commission, or to already use it as your first qualifier, and that is pretty powerful. Once you will understand this, I bet 99% of all the people are going to use the catch-all feature. It's a fantastic. This is where we take the up system and actually make it much, much better. The genius who came up with the up system it actually came from the real estate and from the insurance industry, where your first two sales you did together with your manager, and you passed them on to your manager, both the client and the commission, and then you were off the hook and you could set up your own office. So, okay, next. Reverse two-up, as you've already been seeing. In the typical two-up, you pass up your first and your second sale. Here we are not giving up, and we've modified this. It's been suggested, we've examined it, and finally we've agreed that you're not going to give up your first and your third. You're actually going to give up your second and your fourth. So you already make money on your first sale. That means the day itself you can turn around. The day you sign up, you can turn around and begin making money. And by the third person you introduce, you're actually in profit. You've already broken even, your expenses have been paid. I mean, this is pretty awesome. You think if you buy a McDonald's and you pay over $1 million, that when 2 customers have come in, that your investment is paid for? Ha ha ha. No, 1 million hamburgers later, you're still paying off on your investment. This allows you to already earn on your second, actually, you earn on your first referral. This slide needs to be adapted. If you can make a note of it, then we're gonna, good. Now here is another option. You've been hearing about these oranges and giving them up to the wonderful person who sold you the orange tree and who was kind enough to teach you, but we want to give you an option in case you want to have the perfect solution to buy your way out of giving up any prospects. And how do you do that? You pay 3 times the price. What does that mean? Let's go take a look at the chart again. And let's say here you're at the level 5, 810, compounded 1080. Okay, you want to buy these 5 levels. It's $1,080. Normally you'd have to give up 2 people. If you go to your sponsor and you say, listen, I want to buy these 5 positions, I don't want to give up anybody, then all you need to do is pay 3 times the value, 3,240. Actually, it's the next level. That's amazing. If you here on level 5 pay 3,240, you never ever have to give anybody up. So it's sort of a trade-off. If you have money, use your money. If you want to, you use the leverage of your money. If you don't want to pay, give up a couple people. Just don't whine in between. 9. Okay, am I supposed to read all of this? Yes, I will. The passive solution. This is if you're one of these wonderfully lazy people who has a bit of money and you want to have the money work for you rather than you working for the money. Well, then VIP will provide a true VIP, very important person, integrated solution so that everyone wins and everyone makes profit. In a 2-up system or in any up system, whether a 1-up, a 2-up, a 3-up, a 4-up, you may have heard that some people have trouble introducing others. We're going to make it so easy that you'd have to basically be a moron if you to not introduce people. Or worse, you may be one of these people who just wants to make money yourself, but you really don't want to allow other people to make money. To be honest, in my book, that's pretty disgusting. If you find a solution to make money, share it with others. So even the members who can't get any referrals, and I sure as heck hope you tried, then 33% of all the paid position buys you VIP credits. They earn profit as of day one. You earn, as the sponsor, 20% referral commission on the VIP credits and on all the repurchase and all the upgrades. So we're taking a portion of the entire heavy-duty, powerful infrastructure, and we're placing that in one of the most valuable, most solid, safest rev sharing systems, which is the VIP team. And in addition, you end up getting more education for those credits. So this kind of is your insurance, not only that you will make money, but that anybody in your team will make money. I sure as heck hope and trust that many of you will make a lot more money than just being passive. And don't be the person that says, I'm coming in with $10 and everybody else needs to make me into a millionaire. I mean, if that's you, stay away. Go buy a lottery ticket. Go vote for Hillary Clinton. We don't want you. But if you're a person who is of decency and realize that God's given you a bunch of talents that you better be using, so you deserve to be paid and you deserve to make money, then come on board, and we're going to make it not only fun, but effective, and a value that you'll be able to leave behind for your children and your grandchildren. Now, in addition, we do know that you've only got so many friends and so many contacts, and yet today with social media, that's pretty much unlimited, because you can go on Facebook and Twitter and all these places and introduce people that way. But in addition, we will have traffic packs. Now, what are traffic packs? It's organized advertising. Advertising that is professionally done for you. And we will allow you to buy slices of that. So you don't need to contact the magazines and design the adverts and know how to do the copywriting. We will do that for you. Naturally, you're going to have to pay for your portion of these of that advertising, but you're going to be getting some of the most live, hottest prospects, people that minutes before they actually arrive on your website, they declare themselves as, yes, I'm ready, I want to make money online, and show me how. And so traffic packs, we've worked with traffic packs before in a project called PAS, Prosperity Automated System, and we will have some of the best traffic in the world. Naturally, if you're able to attract people that are going to be coming in at 10,000 or going to be coming in at 25,000, you can afford to do a little bit of traffic. If you're a guy that just wants to play at that $10 level, that's fine. You know, thousands and thousands of $10 people eventually come to something too. Then you don't need to pay for advertising, because heck, the street is full of people who'd want to make some money and only want to put out $10. So traffic packs are for people who really want to turbocharge their income. And in addition, we're going to have live webinars. They will be 24/7. So when somebody says, explain that system to you, you'll be able to say, you know what, I would love to, but I'm not going to. But I know a place that will explain it for you. And by doing so, you're actually showing the people that when they begin to introduce it to others, they won't have to do it themselves. They will simply guide them to one of the webinars. So there are going to be live webinars, there's going to be recorded webinars, and they will be done in all languages. That means if somehow one of your contacts reaches out in Japan, well, guess what? You don't need to know the language. We will have the tools available that will happen for you. Now, another powerful tool is callback requests. We're not going to chase, and you shouldn't either chase after people. Oh, I beg you to come in, you really should do this program. Other way around. They need to be smart enough to say, hey, I do want to make money. Then, when they declare that, and yes, they want to really know how the system works, then we are willing to help them. And we do that through callback requests. They must say, please contact me. That's a very different. Can you imagine calling people who are in the middle of eating or taking a shower and you call them, you're not going to get a pleasant. Cold calling is garbage. I mean, it's filth to do it. Those of you who have done it know how horrible it is. You have 80 or 90% of the people who throw the phone down in anger. It's like going door-to-door salespeople, you know, not pleasant. This is different. This is, they are saying, hey, please contact me. And we make sure that they know they're not going to be sold by a hardcore salesperson, a used car salesperson, or a timeshare salesperson. This is professional people that will answer the phone. In order for the callback, if you may be good at that, and in that case you can do it on your own, but many people are not that good and they may not want to do it 24/7. So in that case, let our professionals, trained people by us, and I have some of the best team leaders in the world, that these are people, they're so apt, they can sell Rolls Royces, they can sell yachts, they can sell helicopters, and they do that by not selling anymore. They're just answering the questions, they're letting people feel at ease, they let them take their time, they're very, very classy, they care about the people they're communicating with. They really want them to make good decisions. So you can actually, quote unquote, hire our professionals, and you share a percentage of the sales with your team leader. The nice thing is, when you do that, you automatically buy into a whole team of multilingual people. If you got people in Germany, you may speak German, that's great, but if you don't, wouldn't it be great that you have team leaders that will approach your German person in the German language and you still get paid? You know, so fantastic, very powerful feature. All of it will be incorporated in our system. Now, almost lastly, but not leastly, the super VIP full service option, that is where you basically, where we say, let us all do it for you. If you're the kind of individual, you love to play golf, you love to go on vacation, you love to sleep, you still want to make a lot of money, well, we will buy your advertising for you, we will do all the follow-up for you, we will close your sales, and you just collect the money. This is like buying a fully managed franchise. It's all done for you. You don't even ever need to walk into that franchise. So you don't need to hire the people. You don't need to do any of the work. We do the work for you. You may say, why are we willing to do this? Well, because there is people that love to do this. There's people that love to write ads. There's people that love to close sales. There's people that love to follow up with others. And they get, you know, of course they get a cut of the money. If you're that greedy, you shouldn't even consider this option. But if you understand that if they make you money, that they deserve some of that money, then you're in good shape, and that's another feature that will be available. Now, a couple things, and there will be many more like this. This is not the heaviest weight deal, but once you're on the website, every time that anyone buys or upgrades, anyone gets a commission, anyone gets paid, there's going to be pop-up messages that will appear. I'm sure you've seen that in some programs. As a matter of fact, Facebook uses that to notify when activity is happening. This is an important one, 16. As soon as we're done with the programming on the PC-based version of this, it will be app-friendly from the get-go, but then we will have an app truly designed as an app, which is going to be, the advantage of it with an app is it'll be aimed at the $10 level there, so therefore permitting immediate sign-up. As soon as people are signed up, imagine yourself, you signed up for that app, you see that you can make money, you pay your $10 to get in. It's almost like paying for one of the apps on Google, on the Google Play Store or in the Apple Store. And now the app prompts you, hi, Carlo, we see that you actually use WhatsApp. Would you mind if we sent this short little message and this video to your WhatsApp contacts? And if you okay that, the job is done for you. Same deal with your Facebook contacts, same deals with your Gmail contacts, same, and so on. Fully automated, immediate sharing. When that happens, naturally you get a viral response, because not only are, let's say that 1,000 people get contacted and 50 people sign up, these 50 people will be in the same boat. They're going to pass it, the system will ask them to pass it on to their contacts. And most likely with the app, we're actually going to have a promo where people can start for free. In the app, we can bring in the sounds like the turbo sound, and possibly even get a screen that you're almost like sitting in the car ready for the race. Anyways, we understand there is a generation that loves games and loves to make money. I don't think there's ever been a generation that doesn't want to make money. Maybe we'll have a club of people over 100 years old that are going to be still making money with our program. That'd be fun. I would enjoy that too. And then at the same time get some 5-year-olds saying, yep, payday, turbo payday. So we're almost done here. A full marketing portal. Yes, actually, that's not an unimportant one either. Is those of you who remember the PAS system will understand that we will allow, give you a marketing portal in which you can showcase all of your own programs. And actually, if you go to drlieven.com, you see an example of that, except it will feature the VIP Turbo, the VIP team, naturally your accounts. And that way, when you send traffic, you're not just sending it to the VIP Turbo or the VIP team, you're going to be sending it to all of your programs too. Naturally, when people see such a portal, they will be able to offer them such a portal for free. And that's the way, you know, those are giveaways in order to get massive, massive amounts of leads. We're going to have a lot of these sort of deals. Last element, it is a proven point that 70% of all the online purchases break off because people have difficulty to pay. Imagine that. They've already decided they want to buy, but somehow they don't understand PayPal, or they don't understand Bitcoin, or they don't understand how they need to type in their address because it's being rejected, and they walk away. We're not going to let that happen. So as soon as we're in motion, we're going to set up a manned support. This is not going to be to ask silly questions. This is when you've made up your mind to come inside. In other words, you're holding money ready. We're going to help you pay that money and make sure that you feel at ease. You know, sometimes that's all you need to know, is that, hey, there is live people behind it. So anything related to payments and funding, we will be there. And this is actually not only to help you, but to help all the people that will be signing up under you. I hope that with this, that you kind of see that with VIP Turbo, we're doing a heck of a lot more than just putting out a program, even a 2-up program, or even a modified 2-up, that it's much, 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 much more. This is a program, as much as I love the VIP team, I love what we've created. We've created it together with the members. I've created it on a basis of 15 years worth of research and about 2,000 programs that I've participated in. I'm delighted with the VIP team. Here we are 2 years in. We've fulfilled every single promise we've made. But VIP team is a bit conservative. It's a university. We have to be conservative. It's all about conserving value. It is very passive. It's fantastic for passive people. I mean, if you're a person who says, I don't really ever want to share the program with anybody, maybe you ought to put your money in VIP and not in VIP Turbo. But I realized that the VIP team has become ideal if you have some money, yeah. And yes, we have people coming in with 5,000, 10,000, 25,000. That's nice. But the person coming in with $100 or $500, it's difficult because his money grows slowly. Well, the VIP Turbo system allows you to, even with little money, to work your way up. And yeah, there is a little bit of work involved on your part, but it's all reasonable work. And yeah, if you have a lot of money, you can buy that work to be done for you. So you're equal playground with everybody else. It is a money-making system, and it's a money-making system that'll eventually give you the cash. Not just eventually, as you do it, a portion is going to go into VIP. You know, I want to see everybody with 25 or at least, you know, possibly $50,000 in VIP. Well, this can fill your VIP account. And obviously, from a sponsoring viewpoint, that's fantastic. Wouldn't you love to have $50,000 people underneath you in your team and keep getting all the commissions on those repurchases? Of course you would. But it also enables even the $10 person. I want to look back for a second at the chart. Yeah, chart coming up. I need to reduce the video. Hold on. Yeah, and this guy needs to become big. And the video needs to become small. Chart. Where are you? Chart on the wall. Who's the prettiest of them all? Here is the person coming in at $10. And imagine sincerely that is all the person can afford. But he's willing to go in his street and in his football team and in his church and wherever he's going to. And he's probably hanging out with a lot of people who also only have $10. Now, no, for many Western culture people, that's not the case. You know, a lot of these people who claim they only got $10, you ought to follow them to the grocery store and look at what they put in the cart. There is a lot of stuff there that doesn't belong in there. Heck, if they smoke cigarettes, it's a joke that they only have $10 because they're wasting money, a heck of a lot more than $10 just to kill themselves. How dumb is that? But there is countries in the world where $10 represents a month's income. Hey, I take my hat off for those people. And these people will get a chance to get started here too. Now there is also the people, they have the money, but they don't know yet if they want to be serious. Okay, they kind of want to use the $10 to get their feet wet. That's fine. You know, define it as such. Don't give me the slimy little, I've only got $10. No, you know all too well if you had an emergency, you'd come up with more money. And Tony Robbins says, do whatever you do, especially when it comes to making money, do it as if your life depended on it. Do it as if your life depended on it. If you actually tell me you only got $10, are you doing it as if your life depended on it? If you're listening to this video, how in the world are you sitting watching the internet? You know, I mean, let's be serious. But if it's to get your tiptoe wet, okay, afterwards, then you can up to the $30 level, $90 level, the $270 level. That's all fine. So anyways, the program basically allows everybody to come in. I guarantee you we're going to soon. Initially, level 5 will be anybody who's got enough money to pay for their car and their house and the food. They will come in at $1,000. You'd be kind of silly not to, because otherwise you'll be missing out on a lot of commissions. But soon thereafter, as people discover that this program is no joke, and this program has its professional value, they're going to be coming in at a $10,000 level. That means all 7 levels qualified. You want to be in the position where you can receive all those commissions. So, last words. It's always the same. People will follow your example. If you come in with a tiptoe of $10, they'll probably all tiptoe behind you. And you want to really build your life's business with tiptoers, I'd rather see flamingos. They tiptoe too. They sleep while they're tiptoeing. No, I mean, you want to be followed by serious people, right? Well, show that you can be serious. So if you show them that you come in at $1,000, then they'll follow you gladly at $1,000. And when they see you over time that you've upgraded to the $10,000 level, they'll follow you at the $10,000 level. As a matter of fact, our system is already built that it does that for you and for them. So I hope today that you have come to understand a little more of the power of Turbo VIP. Last element, when are we launching? The launch right now is set to happen before the end of the month. Today is the 23rd, and there is only 7 days left. I'm going to try to keep good to that promise. Of course, I'm dependent on our great programmers. There's 3 people. There are some of the most genius coders in the world that are working on this. In as far as the temporary sign-up module, folks, live with it. No, it's not a perfect module. It's one we kind of slapped together just to allow you to sign up and give a link to others. As of tomorrow, they're going to look at a couple of the email issues. Gmail is creating problems, people not receiving emails. It's only 2 or 3% of the people that bump into it. The others seem to be doing fine. But the program itself will be robustly built, and all of the tools that I've described are going to be added one after the other after the other. As a matter of fact, I can't wait till we have the app. It'll probably be one of the hottest apps. Rather than just playing some silly game, wouldn't you love to play a game? You know what? We could actually, I had a thought. We could let people race. Maybe make a racing app where they race either cars, or their car happens to be based on whatever they happen to be doing with the sales. Anyways, we'll make it fun. We'll make sure that the kids have fun with it. If we know that it's fun for the kids, then it'll be fun for the adults too. But rather than just playing games, how about getting paid to play games? Yeah. And the good part is, as they begin to play games on that small level, then before you know it, wouldn't you love that your 16-year-old is already receiving $1,000 payments from around the world? Kind of be sweet, wouldn't it? They could pay for their own house in cash rather than having to get a mortgage. They could pay for their own college education if they still want to do that, or they could pay for VIP education, of course. They could pay for their own Ferrari. That's kind of fair, yeah. So I've enjoyed this. I feel we're getting closer, and I kind of hope by the time that our program launches, which is soon enough, that my skin disease, I don't even want to call it well, okay, it is a dis-ease. I am not easy, that's for sure. I am today kind of giving that calm look, but underneath is fire, and you know, it's almost as if somebody is sticking knives in my feet. Anyways, I'm glad, in spite of it, that some of the finest production ingenuity is coming out. I see by the way, where is these beautiful pictures, Miguel? I didn't show the PowerPoint with the pictures in it. Oh, you should have interrupted me right in the middle. Okay, guess what? The webinar isn't finished yet. Oh yeah, hold on, I'm getting there. I just want to show you some of the pictures that are going to be used. One moment. Now I need to find Miguel. There he is, his Skype. Now, which one of the two? The last one? Last one, okay. Yep. All right. I'm coming back. Oh yeah. I all of a sudden thought I was going to congratulate you on the pictures, but nobody would have had. Well, they already saw the logo, but oh well. See, it's good. I don't try to be perfect. That relieves me of a lot of. Okay. Yep. There we go, into the corner, top right corner. Where do I put him? Yeah, top right corner. No, we'll put him in the bottom right corner. There, that's where he belongs. And this guy, voila. And now we are going to go to insert animation slideshow from the current slide. Yes, somehow I started with this. Ah, okay, but that was there originally, and then the other pictures didn't show up. Okay, how is that for, is this what we should consider the official VIP Turbo Mobile? By the way, we're not going to do a card bonus. No card bonus with us. You know what we're going to do instead is make sure you make enough money that you can buy one of those sweet babies. Heck, if you want to buy one in every color, for different color for every day of the week, we'll make sure that you can afford it. That's better than some silly car bonus, right? When somebody gets from an MLM company a 300 or 400 euro a month car bonus, they don't own the car, they just make payments on the car, and they sure as heck with the $300 or $400 wouldn't be able to afford one of those babies. This is what, a Ferrari? Lamborghini. Whoa, what a beauty. Is that the color you want? Maybe, yeah, in Aviludo, in Valle de Judeo. Yeah, so there they are. See, orange trees. We're going to have conventions here in the Algarve where you will be able to drink this, pluck it from the tree, squish it over your face, and actually, I'll tell you, there is nothing like fresh orange juice. We have it here as a luxury. Sometimes we forget we have it. So here we are, little kids who are going to be playing with giant oranges. You know, remember the story? There is mammoth oranges, mammoth navel oranges. There we go. That's a carload full of it. So these are the $150,000 oranges. As you nurture, this is what you're going to be doing as the sponsor. You're going to be showing how to plant, showing how to grow, showing how to bring prosperity. You know, Zig Ziglar made the statement. He said, you want to become wealthy, help enough other people to become wealthy. This program will do that. And there is this delicious juice. Mandarin juice, very special too. Maybe we'll set up a Mandarin program too. Yes, the orange tree is sort of like a money tree, and a tree that from which you can pluck as much as you wish, and you can, better yet, show other people how to set up that tree. They can plant a little bit of money, and that money actually begins to grow to a tree that endlessly produces more money. Beautiful picture. Nice, very, very nice. Oh yeah, there you go. He's plucking. See, in the morning you're going to go out in your garden and you're going to pluck a few leaves, and you will enjoy your day. And there is, you can see that there is all these orange farmers networked around the world, and therefore sending and receiving payments. Yes, we will come to fully experience the prosperity in citrus. I truly am looking forward to welcome you here in the Algarve to experience the orange blossoms. What a special time that is. As a matter of fact, they have this unbelievable orange-based honey, where the bees have actually, is it pollinate? Is that what the bees do? Pollinate the orange blossoms. Makes a very special honey. And talking about a splash, talking about a delicious citrus. Oh, I like that. That's the turbo system. There you go. It's our last week of finalizing things. Folks, get your money ready. Get your $10 ready, or your $100 ready, your $1,000 ready, or your $5,000 ready. You choose. And based on what you have ready, you will be able, wow, these are great logos. This is all Miguel design, turbocharged, VIP, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All of these are going to be naturally used. We will have a house style very specific for the VIP, so that you can actually look good, be proud. As much as there's going to be a gamey sort of feel, especially in the lower end, we'll make sure that the younger kids have a great time with it. There's going to be a very serious business demeanor background, also sturdiness to this. This is not a cheap program. This is not some stupid little script bought off the shelf. This is all being coded from first line up and beautifully done to assure your success. So here we are, folks. I appreciate your time to listen to me. I appreciate myself for, in spite of my painful feet, to be sitting here. I feel like I've done my duty today, and I want to especially thank these two guys right there. Yeah, right there, Miguel and Carlo, who on a Sunday afternoon, they have come out, one, to help me because I have difficulty walking, I have difficulty lifting anything. They've come out to help me with that. They've come out to help me, we've eaten together some delicious food. And then they've helped in the technical things. As a matter of fact, Miguel helped to put the PowerPoint together. So one can only do what the quality depending on the people you surround yourself with. And so these two dudes, I appreciate them. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And they, yes, as well, will be doing VIP Turbo. So that orange Lamborghini it is, you know, soon enough you're going to see them pull up and say, well, how in the world did they do that? Well, there you go. Turbo VIP. Enjoy a great Sunday and share your link. Get people signed up. Get them to prepare their money. Get them to buy their Bitcoin. Thank you.